Hi Aquarius, my sun sign brothers and sisters, welcome to your week ahead tarot scope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to your first, with me at least, tarot scope of 2023. So your key to the week this week is the Strength card. This week, my dear Aquarians, you ain't paying nobody no mind. You are jumping straight in, and whatever it is that you are working on at this moment in time, you are focused, you are dedicated, you are definitely in your zone, and you need to stay in that space. All right, like remember, Mars is still retrograde, Mercury is still retrograde, although Mars is going to go direct on the 2nd, on the 12th of January. So this is a big deal, right? Why? Because Mars retrograde it's in your 5th house. And that's so obviously this is your creative endeavors. The things that you've been working on may have taken on sort of a life of their own, or maybe they just haven't been going according to plan. However, this week you're going to start to see things really starting to shape up, and you're going to start to feel that the energy is no longer flowing against you, but it's actually flowing with you. But you must hold to your path. This week, I kind of want to say, like, if you've been with me long enough, you know Rafi's got a potty mouth, but this is one of those weeks where it's like, you know what? Fuck all them bitches. Okay? In the words of our Lord and Savior, Heidi in closet, fuck all them bitches. Don't worry about it. You do you, right? Whatever anybody else is doing is their lane. Love them, send them light, let them do their thing. You stay in your lane. Don't worry about what anyone is or isn't focused on you. The Strength card is basically saying you have to have the strength and the courage this week to walk your own path. Whatever you're working on, Aquarius, the chances are you're going to garner some hate. You're going to garner some whatever. Isn't that the life of an Aquarian inside and out anyway? We are the aliens of the zodiac after all, right? So unfortunately, that's what happens when you're the first to do something, or where your ideas are so zany and out there. You tend to kind of get a little bit of shtick until it becomes popular, by which point we're already onto something else. I know. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all thoughts of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for our actions and options this week, so we've got the 8 of Swords, right? So don't worry too much about it. Strength card is number 8. 8 of Swords, number 8. 2 8s represents new knowledge, new wisdom, new information. The 8 of Swords with the Strength card, this week you've got to have the courage or the strength not only to break out of your box, but to stop allowing people to hold you accountable for a past version of you that no longer exists. All right? If they've got a problem with who you used to be, let them stay there. If you are you in this moment in time and you're moving forward with that, as the saying goes, it was a lesson, not a life sentence. This week you have to find a way to free yourself or extricate yourself from somebody else's expectations, and they are likely to come up. So whatever you hear, whatever is said to you, this week you have to remember who you are. Have the courage to walk your own path. Whatever new knowledge, new wisdom, new information is coming in, you have to find a way now to integrate that into what you're doing moving forward. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Queen of Swords, the Lady of Air. Okay, so I am going to tell you straight up, this is potentially a week where you are going to have to either stand your guns, stick to your guns, as we say here in the UK, or you're going to have to stand your ground, right? The Strength card basically says you're having to find the courage to do something. The Queen of Swords in the communications and conversations, this is you having the guts or the courage to have an argument or a fight with someone. Aquarian people do not like to fight with others, but if you bring it to us, we will take you there. No problems whatsoever. And this week, I gotta say, it does look like there's going to be a clash of some sort. So you just gotta ask yourself, is this a fight worth having? Is it probably attached to this, right? So if somebody's trying to kind of push you into a certain place or space, or kind of say, well, you used to do this and da 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 da. Okay, like pick your battles, but either which way, I kind of feel like the message this week is having the strength and the courage to have the fight, right? To have it out with someone, to, you know, just kind of go in, say what you need to say, and then leave the rest. Now, with that said, for those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, again, this seems to me like maybe you're trying to improve a grade. Maybe you're trying to improve like how you're seen by your professors or your lecturers or whatever. And a part of that is going to be, you're going to have to make some waves this week for those of you that are employed by somebody else. You know, I said this to another sign earlier and I can't remember who it was, but it's very true. Just because somebody is your boss doesn't always make them right. Okay, like think about that. And this week you may have to put a superior in their place to say to them, listen, and this was one thing about me, this is probably the reason I'm self-employed now. I never used to settle for it. I don't give a flying bleep who the hell you are, right? My parents don't get to speak to me a certain way, and I certainly ain't gonna allow you to do it. You may be my boss, but you're not always right. This might be one of those weeks where you have to kind of defend yourself. When it comes to those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, some word is going to reach your ear this week about someone that's chatting shit about you. You can stop and you can focus on that, or you can keep it moving. All right, I know which one I'm going to do. I'm going to keep it moving because I already know where this is coming from. I'm already very well aware of where this is coming from. And to be completely honest with you, I really don't have the time. But if it gets on top, you better believe you're going to hear my mouth. Moving forward, for those of you that are retired and no longer working for any reason, this might be that you're called in to stand up for somebody else and this is something that Aquarians and Leos, I've noticed, tend to get into, not trouble, but they tend to get a lot of stick for. And actually Scorpios, I have to say, Leo, Scorpio and Aquarians, they tend to get into trouble a lot for defending other people. It's like when they see somebody that has been sort of wrongly done something, I personally find it really hard to keep my mouth shut. Like if I see somebody being, you know, abused or shouted at or whatever, and it's like really taken the piss out of, I find it very hard to bite my tongue. Like I always root for the underdog. And so this week you might see something and you're kind of like, no, you know what, I have to say something now. For your love and relations, you have the Page of Wands. So whatever's showing up for you this week, or who, is going to be either completing or reoccurring around the time of late July coming into early to mid-August. So pay attention to this, especially if you're if you're single and you're meeting somebody new, you could be connecting with somebody that ends up being around, or maybe it takes between now and Leo season for you guys to really kind of gel and mesh and create something that's worthwhile. It could also be that for some of you, you're getting a message from a past partner or a past lover, etc., that comes up and you're like, okay, I don't really know what to do with this, but hey ho. For those of you that are partnered, married or in long-term commitments, this, especially with the Queen of Swords, there's something here that you're having to hash out. But it's like by doing so, it opens you up for the ability to have more intimacy and actually to have more fun, pleasure and joy. When it comes to your love life in general, Aquarius, whether you're partnered or single, you need more fun, you need more enjoyment, you need more intimacy in that area of your life. For your money and materials, you have the King of Swords. So look at this, you've got the Lord and Lady of Swords this week. Now, when it comes to your finances, this week it looks like a lot of you are going over paperwork, documents, contracts. For some of you, when it comes to finances that are coming in, it may be that you're having to fight out or beat out some kind of competition this week. So it's like the big money is there, the, you know, potentially big rewards, but it's also going to come with you needing to fight for something as well. This may also be something that like an opportunity that comes in like behind the scenes that isn't necessarily talked about as yet, but it's like you're just waiting for the ink to dry on the deal kind of thing. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, The King of Swords is Aquarius, right? The Queen of Swords, for me anyway, is Libra. The King of Swords is Aquarius. And so as such, this is a very systems-oriented energy. So when it comes to your physical health and vitality, and the Strength card is your body, it's going to be your nervous system this week that you really need to take extra care with. So do things that are good for you. You know, go and have a massage, maybe go to a flotation tank, you know, get a walk in every single day, like whatever it is. Just do things that are going to really either stimulate your parasympathetic nervous system, or they're going to support that as well, your relaxation and stuff. Finally, when it comes to your home and environment, it may be that there's some kind of repair that needs to be done this week that could potentially be causing a bit of a disruption to your work life. All right, so with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.